Well, good evening, everyone, especially those that are tuned in tonight. I know we got a pretty good audience here tonight for open mic. That's kind of nice to see a live audience. But we also do our live streaming broadcasting here from the Duncan Showroom. My name's Longevity John, your host for tonight's Dress Rehearsal Tuesday. Dr. Ted Cadillac on the cameras doing the sound for both the room and for the stream. And I hope you guys enjoy that. And by the way, any music you hear in between tonight, between the songs or people getting up on stage, that's all music that's recorded here live at the Duncan Showroom from previous performances. That's what we do. We've been doing it for a long time. We're in our 20th year now. We've actually fulfilled 19 full years of being open with a non-alcohol venue. Now, how did that ever happen? You know. A lot of people along the way helped donate. I know there's been one lady who's probably put over $20,000 in, another person put 15, another person put 10. Along the way, just because they believed in the dream that we have, which is that community needs music, and music makes community, so it's kind of cool. And we're also a non-alcohol venue, which is a different kind of way of looking at things. It just means that more people are listening to what's going on instead of private conversations about stuff that have nothing to do with what's going on the stage. And you know what I found out the other night? The reason we have no chairs down here tonight was because on Sunday we had, we started off January 1st, why not have music? So we had Amvira Spirit, and people like to dance to their music, so we made a little dance floor. And then we had a band here last night that had their family came down, and they were sort of rock and rollish. We thought we might have some dance, so we left it open. But what I discovered on Sunday, when we had some dancers who were actually dancing over there, when people start dancing, say we're dancing together, right? We're going to have a conversation. Some people, they decide to have a conversation from here to there, so that they can be heard, which means they have to be louder than the band. And if you're between them and the band, you hear them more than you hear the band. And I was like, gosh, they were playing really, not loud, but full, and I could still hear the people talking about stuff that I didn't need to know about and I didn't think needed to be discussed. And I feel real bad walking up and being the sound police and telling people to shut up. But we got little signs all over the place. One thing I like, one that was made up was, friends don't let friends talk during shows. Isn't that a cool one? And the reason I bring that up is because it's not easy being on space, especially on open mics. There's a lot of people getting up for the first time or getting their legs, or it's not something that they're normally used to doing all the time. And in this case, there's some makeshift things going on. So there's a touch of nerves that go on. But to have an attentive audience that are supportive to what's going on is very important to the whole process of people getting up here and doing what they do. And I sure do appreciate that the time spent in, well, Richie writes a lot of songs, right? That takes time, it takes effort, right? So when you listen to what he's doing, that makes a lot of sense to him, instead of having to fight over people.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. There's not many venues that are like this.
No, as a matter of fact, we're probably the only. Well, no, we're not the only one,
right?
But we're one that's
The typical scenario is to go to a bar where all you can hear is talking mostly.
Yeah, that's the way it is. And you know what? I was at a bar the other night listening to a band, and sure as shit, I was talking.
People tend to do that.
Well, because it's a bar, everybody else is talking. Like you don't put like this way. All the seats face the front.
And then there's Longevity John's Duncan Showroom.
Yeah, then there's Duncan Showroom. Is a whole nother energy. Thank you for coming out. I know some people are here for the first time or haven't been here for a while. Still, nothing's for sale up on the walls. It's all there to look at. Do note tonight, if you get an opportunity to go over and look at the painting that David Goatley did of Dr. Ted Cadillac and myself. It's an award-winning painting, done with oil, but it looks like a photograph. Matter of fact, it looks better than a photograph. And we'd like to thank David for giving us the opportunity of taking it on. We didn't ask him to. He came to us and did it, and we're going to be able to make prints and G-clays and stuff like that and be able to sell it as fundraisers for the showroom. Pretty cool. So if you want to, we might even get mugs with our mugs on it. Yeah. The only problem, if you go take a look at it, is that I really have the feeling that we're supposed to live up to that, what he did. And I don't always feel that good as I look, as he made me look. But, that's just the way it is. Richie's going to start off. He's got some friends on stage, Steve, Sam.
Masick, and Bradley Bones.
Brad. And Brad's going to be doing his own show. Sam's going to be doing his own show. So it's going to be an interesting evening as it progresses. Mitch and the Baroness are here tonight. They're going to get some photographs done and some work they've been doing. They just got a new CD out just in the fall time, or last year. Seems like it was just recent. How long ago was it?
It was 1 year exactly.
Oh, well, there you go. Time flies when you're having a good time in the Cowichan Valley. But anyway, we're going to get started off this evening. Thanks for coming out and being supportive. Richie, it's your 3 songs.
Thank you very much, LJ. I'm Richie Valley. I'm going to do, we're going to do 3 tunes. And the first one is Sticky. It's off of an album from 2010. But it's a great number to start with. And then I'm going to follow up with a couple of tunes from my new LP, which I dropped on the winter solstice, December 21st. But tonight, it's not going to be an LP rehash. We've got our musicians here, and it's all collaborative. We actually haven't discussed what we're going to do, other than I said, well, let's do these 3 songs, and I gave them the chart, and I gave them the MP3. That's it. So we're going to have a real collaborative effort tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. I've enjoyed the music of all of them. Let's just get started, right? Sticky is from my 2010 album. Thank you. Thanks, guys. We're going to switch up to track 3 on the new LP, which you can go to my website, richievalley.com, and listen to sample clips. And actually, I'm really looking forward to doing this particular number because on the album I had a guitarist from Chiang Mai, but now I've got Sam with us. And I really like what I've heard from Sam, so I'm looking forward to this.
Me too.
And of course, we'll have trombone too, and harmonica. So no volunteers from the studio audience to play the djembe for us? No. No.
I think you've already put them into a vibe. That's right. Everybody's already chilled. Instant chill.
Instant chill. This particular number starts with a C arpeggio and ends with a C arpeggio. In the middle, it's different. Steve March on harmonica. I'm going to put on a guitar here and see if it's in tune and play our last number. Thank you. That's the whole idea. No, it's not in tune. It was in my car. Right? It gets cold and.
That's yeah, you gotta get the bag with the USB with the heater, the bag for your, I'm gonna invent it.
I'm going to invent it.
It's just a heat like it with the USB battery and then you put it around your guitar, you should put the guitar around there.
That's pretty close.
So I should patent it and noticed it.
Oh, right. This is why you take notes. See, it'd be way easier if one of the guys from the studio audience would volunteer to play percussion, you know? That's what I'm doing, is setting up the percussion here. Ain't gonna happen.
Drum
I personally like this song. It's called Sailor Sea. It's it's track 2 on the new album.
Picture yourself sailing on a sailboat.
I actually wrote this one after a camping trip to Sombrio Beach. It's about a camping trip to Sombrio Beach. And it starts with Foghorn. That's right. On the LP, you'll hear Seagull. And then there's the birds in the forest. Really, this was about my camping trip. Ships vector southeast, northwest. Visibility is good. 16 miles. Fading light. Birds are quiet. Dying wars. Rock slip. USS Abraham Lincoln, Steel's Yard, under a thick cloud, 6 months. Shadows turn to black. Night dissolves. Bears and cougars. Nocturnal is now. Axe is cool. The waves roll in. The waves roll in. Put your hands together for Mr. Steve March, harmonica, Sam Masick, lead guitar. Thank you, Sam. And Mr. Bradley Bones on trombone. This is not rehearsed. That was collaborative. And thank you for LJ and Tim and Duncan Showroom for letting it happen.
Yeah, sure sounded good. Way to go, guys. Sammy's going to stay up here because he's going to do a set. And then after that, Michelle's going to be getting up. And then Steve's here, Bradley's here. But how long do you want to do this sooner than later, right? Mitch and the Baroness? Right, okay, so we'll do you guys after Michelle. Is that okay? Okay. And then we'll do Steve, and then we'll do Brad. Check. Not that you're last again, Brad, but you know. You've already been up once. You all having a good time? This is day 3 of 2023. This is pretty neat. You know, I don't think any of us really thought much about the fact that we would be in 2023. That those numbers are kind of foreign to all of us, or the thought of it. I mean, the 80s were the 80s, the 90s were the 90s, and then there were those things in between where the 2000 to 2010. What are those?
Yeah.
What do you call those? I don't know what to call them. The naughties.
The naughties. Nice.
Then there was the teenage years of the 20s,
That's okay.
and now we're in the 20s, the roaring 20s, as they were in 1920. Pretty cool stuff. For those that are tuning in, do think about coming out to see David Gogo this Saturday night. And a new thing that we're starting up this Thursday, the first Thursday of each month, is a singer-songwriter in the round. So there's going to be 3 songwriters that'll be here trading off songs. That goes on, as I said, the first Thursday of each month. Kind of neat, giving local and island singer-songwriters a chance to show off what it is they do, and to intermingle and do things like we just saw happen, where other people join in and add little parts to each song, make it all work out better. David Gogo is coming up, as I said. Brandon Isaac is coming up at the end of the month too. You want to catch that. A bunch of things in between. Farron's here on the 28th. Tickets are going fast for that one. James Keelahan, if you're an old folkie, you'll want to know that James Keelahan's coming to town. He's a great songwriter. Just put a new album out. You know what? It's doing great things on the Folk Alliance charts. It's like right up at the top again. Guy's still continuing to put out great music. So anyway, enough of that little bit of information. Let's get on with the show. Sam, you ready? I guess not. Sam, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Well, it's okay. Tim's up here now.
I was ready for a couple years there, but they canceled all my gigs. So this first tune is, I thought if I'm going to do 3 tunes.
Just a minute. Everyone give him a warm welcome, please.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel warmer. Yeah, I thought if I'm going to do a couple tunes, maybe I could pull a couple tunes that make reference to New Year's, because we're so close to it, eh? Is today like the 3rd? The 3rd. So I thought I have a couple that have New Year's referenced in them. And then I thought I'll do one that's, for me, kind of summarizes the last year. Is that sounding okay? This is called Arrest. And I've never performed this before, so I'm curious. I think this will possibly divide the audience. I'm not sure. Comes from a good place. I know you mean well, my brother, my friend. You got a beautiful heart in that chest. As you join in the march of the beat of the thumbs, for a moment, can't you give it a rest? You say you believe in the science, but that ain't the way science works. If you're asking no questions, they'll be telling you lies. So you look down on me with a smirk. Do what you want with your body, but don't tell me what to do with mine. 'Cause I'm doing my homework, and I don't like what I see, and I don't trust that man on TV. So I'm questioning and testing, I'm second and third guessing. You know, they won't even say that it works. And your antibodies and that heart in your chest could be wrestling with something adverse. Do what you want with your body. Don't tell me what to do with mine. 'Cause I'm doing my homework about safe versus free. Don't trust that corporate TV. Keep that shit away from me. Do what you want with your body, but don't tell me what to do with mine. It's a coup through and through. Soon enough we'll all see the Wizard of Oz behind that man on TV. I know you mean well, my brother, my friend. You got a beautiful heart in your chest. But as you join in the march of the beat of the drums for a moment, can't you give it a rest? A rest. Well, we've been getting a bit of a rest from it lately, eh? Sort of. See what they have lined up for us next. Okay. I'm going to get Steve to join me on this one because he plays the harmonica beautifully. This is called Something Lilia, and it's really a New Year's song. I think you'll probably get it from the lyrics. I could tell Lilia wanted to say something, something she didn't know how to say. Yeah, we've been friends for a long time before. We went back to being friends today. Or we could walk another road. There's 100 roads to choose from. New Year's was a lovely passage passed with lovely strangers. I could feel Lilia feet in a space in between, a space she didn't know how to fill. Yeah, she got me falling hard, and she's off in my land now. Hand in hand we passed the rest of that year, all the way from China to the Paula Bay. Lying by fire, lit by fireside,
try to help Lilia to say those words, even though I knew what she might say. She got me falling hard, and she softened my land now. But we went back to being friends today. There's 100 roads to choose from. New Year's was a lovely passage, passed with lovely strangers. Hey, I could tell Lily wanted to say something. Yeah, something she didn't know how to say. We got me falling hard, and she softened my land down. We went back to being friends today. Yeah, we went back to being friends today. Thank you, Steve. Nice. This is an oldie but goodie. Yeah, we'll just do it in D. Hey, does anybody like to sing? This would be really good if somebody helped me sing on this one. It's kind of a sing-along thing. Richie, why don't you come up here and take the other mic? And it's really easy to pick up on this. Anybody? How about you're going to perform, right? You want to come up and do one? You're good. Make sure this is. Steve can sing on this too. It's not really a solo-y tune, but it's let's see, we'll make it really simple sounding.
Check.
It's called My Best Prayer. May you have a happy birthday, happy New Year, Merry Christmas, every single day. I pray good angels always guide you, someone you love always there beside you, to be happy, working, happy, loving, happy on your long and happy trail. I pray good health always keep you aglow. Go you want to. May the dreams you dare to say out loud change the world just like they're supposed to. Coast to coast, and most of all, I wish you peace. I wish you know. Okay, pick up on this. That you're made of love, 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 you're made of love. For all the songwriters here tonight, may the songs you wrote all be recorded by your favorite bands. And may you get to meet all your heroes, all your Gandhis and De Niros. May the skies fly open every time you're down. Bring you around to what you're made of, what you're made of, what you're made of, what you're made of. 'Cause you're made of love, you're made of love, you're made of love, you're made of love, you're made from love, you're made by love, you're made of love, you're made of love. Take one. To be happy working, happy loving, happy on your long and happy trail. I play good angels always guide you. Someone you love always there beside you. You got a lover there to inspire, to hug and kiss you all through the night. 'Cause you're made of love, 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 you're made by love, you're made from love, you're made to love, you're made from love, you're made from love, you're made of love, you're made to love, you're made of love. All you need is love. All you need is love. You're made of love. Thank you very much. Good. So I guess we got someone else coming up. Thank you, guys. It was nice to start the new year with playing some tunes in front of some real people.
Yeah, isn't that neat having real people out there again? It's kinda
Last
awesome.
couple of years, I had to give it a rest.
Well, that's one of the things that we never did. We kept on plowing right through. We actually ran a festival during the 39 days of July took place. We just did full stream ahead and went on with 340 acts, but we did them inside. It was kind of neat. Different approach, but you know, we do what we got to do to try and keep live music out there.
Live humans.
Yeah. Do you want to leave that for a minute? We're going to take a break in a short time. Yeah. I was going to get Michelle up, and then we'll take a short break and clear off the stage so we can do the thing for Mitch and the Baroness. Oh, I guess we're going to try and clear off some of the stage now then. Come on, Michelle, get up here. Yeah, we'll get to that. We are going to take a short break after this, after Michelle, so we can get the stage cleared off. We'll do better to do it then than. I said it. Well, you said it when I was already up here. Oh. Well. Here she comes, Michelle. You are a tall piece of person, aren't you? You know, one of the things, and I do this continuously, I find, I see people all the time walking down the street, and there's a whole new generations of tall people that never were there when I was growing up. We were an anomaly. There were maybe 3 or 4 of us in the whole school that were over 6'5". And then now you can go in and buy shoes that are size 15 and 16. You can buy shirts that go to the, pants that go right to the ground, sleeves that go to the end of your wrist, all sorts of neat stuff. So whenever I see someone who's tall, I know, oh. We are going to clean up the stage now?
No, she's fine. You, man, I got me. Or do you want to go directly through there, or do you want to go through there? You keep talking.
I am. I'm trying to remember the story. I got interrupted. Yeah. All right, where was I? All right, so I have this thing where, and I did it just the other day. I walked up to these in the store, Canadian Tire, to this 2 tall drinks of water, father and son, and I brought up the subject that they've probably been asked most of their life whether or not they play basketball. And I got asked that a whole bunch too, so I used to turn around and ask those people if they played miniature golf. Kind of puts them in their place for a while, Well, it's better than saying, oh, to be tall and cast a shadow than be small and have to stand in it. Isn't that terrible? That's when ugly gets tall, get ugly. And the other one was, at least we know it's rain. Yeah, that was a terrible one. Yeah, being tall has its had its advantages growing up, and it had its disadvantages. That question, and almost every tall person I go to goes, "Yep, I get asked all the time." And then you run into the occasional person that was a basketball player, and then it goes sideways. But anyway, Michelle's here. Normally, when she first started coming here, she makes the guitars. She has 2 guitars that she's made that she plays and brings along. And sometimes she brings her electric, and sometimes she brings this nice blue one. But anyway, she likes to write songs and do things, and we sure do enjoy her. She's a regular here. Her name's Michelle. Let's give her a warm welcome.
So I wasn't planning on doing any of my own songs tonight, but since it's been the originals night, I don't know.
Where's your volume at on the guitar? Do you have volume on there? That would good.
This will be a Guy Clark song. I'll stick to my plan if I have one. Pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, say goodbye. The landlord for me, that son of a bitch has always bored me. Throw out the LA papers and that moldy box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete, gonna find just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. I'll be down that road in a puff of smoke to some land that I ain't bought. Here's to you, old skinny Dennis, the only one that I think I'll miss. I can hear that old bass singing sweet and low like a gift you're bringing. Play it for me one more time now. Gotta give it all we can now. I believe everything you're saying. Just keep on playing. I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. I'll be down that road in a puff of smoke to some land that I ain't bought. Put the pink card in the mailbox, leave the key in the old front door lock. They'll find it likely as not. I'm sure there's something that we forgot. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry, babe. Love's a gift that surely handmade. There's something that we believe in. Don't you think it's time we're leaving? So the words vacate the brain and then they come back. I don't know. Going on the highway, gonna listen to them big trucks whine. Going on the highway, gonna listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? Well, New Mexico ain't bad, Lord, and the people there, they treat you kind. Well, New Mexico ain't bad, Lord, and the people there, they treat you kind. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? Well, bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. Bad news from Houston, half my friends are dying. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? I'm going rambling till I get back to where I came. I'm going rambling till I get back to where you steal away my brain? Going on the highway and listen to them big trucks whine. I'm going on the highway and listen to them big trucks whine. White Freightliner, won't you steal away my mind? So that was a song called White Freightliner by Townes Van Zandt. This will be another one of his. Cocaine, cocaine, all around my heart and running around my brain. Cocaine, you old cocaine. Woke up this morning and I had a hunger pain. All I want for breakfast is my good cocaine. Cocaine, you old cocaine. Jump out bed, mama, head downtown. Take along your money and have a look around. Find a man, find the man that sells cocaine. Come here, mama, come here quick. That old coke's got me and I'm feeling sick. Cocaine, you old cocaine. Get out of here, mama. Thought you understood. If you have no connections, then you're no damn good. Cocaine, you old cocaine. Well, coke's for horses, Lord, it ain't for men. They say it kills ya, but they don't say when. Cocaine, you old cocaine. Thank you.
Leanie was watching and she says, Bluey's sounding great, Michelle.
Oh, we have to love Leanie, don't we?
Yeah, Leanie's watching. She couldn't make it down tonight from Campbell River. Or make it to Campbell River, so she couldn't get down here. But either way, she'll be back next week, she said. She wants to be back here. There you go. Thank you very much, Michelle. We're going to get a couple of minutes break here while we get set up for what Mitch and the Baroness are going to do. So we're going to be playing a song or two from our repertoire of pre-recorded live performances. Take it away, Dr. Ted Cadillac. Sam, do you have anything on stage you want to get off? Yeah. Here we are back at it again with Mitch and the Baroness. This is a very interesting story for me because years ago we had an open mic over at the garage way back in the early days. Shut up, I'm talking. Thank you. We had an open mic over there, and it was a Blues Tuesday because we used to do those with Thor. And this young lady showed up to sing at an open mic, only to find out that it wasn't open mic, it was Blues Tuesdays. But I convinced her to get up, and she was strong enough to get up and say, okay, I'll do some blues songs. And she got up and gave it a try. And that was sort of, from that moment on, she started going to more open mics. She met Mitch, and they started doing some music together, and actually put an album out. So that this, and they've played the 39 Days of July, what, 5 years now? 6 years? Because that was way back when I think about it. It wasn't just yesterday. It was one of those dress rehearsal Tuesday ones that you look forward to with great results, you know. So anyway, what they're doing here tonight is they're going to get some photographs done as well because they've got a new album out. Well, it's a year old, but they're still out promoting it. And we've tried a couple times to do a show, but we had snowstorms. We had COVID, we had this, that, and everything else. And the other thing, by the way, Mitch, just so you know, I tell this story more often than not about you can come in here as often as you want, and there's still going to be things that you don't see. Because Mitch walked up to me one time at the canteen and looked up and says, and he'd been coming here for 5 years at that point, you know, quite regularly. And he says, when did that guitar end up on the ceiling? And I said, 7 years ago. You know, it's like, it's right there. But that's what can happen to you when you're here. But I tell that story in a nice way.
I start out with all your ducks in a row as soon as I walk in here. It's my favorite.
I know, I like that, my ducks in a row. And each and every one of those was an individual story of which I am not going to relate tonight. But they were all fun.
A lot of stories.
Oh, there's a lot of stories, and they were a lot of fun. Yeah, no, I won't. You almost got me started. But anyway, so we're just going to get on with the music. It's Mitch and the Baroness. They're going to be doing 3 songs for you. I hope you enjoy what they do. And look up their album when you get a chance.
Thank you, Long John. Thank you, everyone who's here. So Running Away with the Blues. It was sort of our favorite of songs that took us 10 years to write. And it's out, it's in the world, and we just started writing material for a new album. But before we get into that, we figured we may as well finish this one off the way that we started it, with something new and exciting, and we are going to have a video. So this is part of the process of making that video, and Mariah, thank you for being here with us today. This is Running Away with the Blues. This is Peter Mitchell. He's the only reason that I'm still standing on a stage after 13 years. When I first started, I was so scared that it literally took a team, and then I had to bust into Blues Tuesday. It was not a pretty picture, but Pete has helped me continue. So Peter, thank you.
So that's our only country song that we do.
It is.
It was supposed to be a blues song. Sent it over to Alyssa and late at night, and she sent it back, and it was a country song. I did not know that we wrote country songs, but that was it.
I very rarely do what I'm told. So we're gonna do another old one. This is Esme, and it's the first song that I ever started writing by myself. And again, it took me about 15 years to finish, with a lot of help from Pete.
I didn't do anything.
There was a girl I saw working down at the corner store, down beside the old trailer park. Her hair was tied to straw, so blonde, her face so raw, with sun and wind and time. She was pumping gas with a cigarette, living it all, not worried yet that life won't amount to much. Standing out there in the rain, smiling folks, fumes and grain, in her clothes, her skin and her smile. Oh, Esme, it's a name I can say over and over and over again. Like poetry, she's showing me the kind of girl I would like to be, so free. Maybe 28 years old, got a beauty of her own. The lines on her face, her biography. She dropped out of school when she was just a kid. Ain't got no future plans, never did worry about things to come. Oh, Esme, it's a name I can say over and over and over again. Like poetry, she's showing me the kind of girl I would like to be. You may be thinking this is a love song, but you would be so wrong. From where I stand, all I can see, she's living life the way that she should be. Takes her life day by day. She might go, but she might stay, living from a pack on the floor. She ain't got no plans, got no goals. She's happier than you'll ever know. She don't care what you say. Oh, Esme, it's a name I can say over and over and over again. Like poetry, she's showing me the kind of girl I would like to be, so free. Thank you. Esme. So I like to write songs kind of like about stories that I see or hear or imagine. And this one sprung fully formed pretty much. It was a lovely gestation, very short. And it is based on an experience that I had of my husband before he was my husband. as so many of my songs are. That guy put me through the ringer, I tell you. Okay. And it's called Porch Lights.
So most of the stuff we wrote about 13, started 13 years ago and writing them off and on, and we talked about sitting down and writing again, and this past summer we went and locked ourselves in for a couple of days and
Got 5 songs out of it.
got 5 songs out of it, yeah.
This is the only one ready to share. You got a lot of nerve coming back here when you've been away so long. Never saying where you were going, when you might come home. The rattle of your keys still familiar on your bottle opener chain. That you've been carrying since you were 15, when we were still a beautiful, hopeful thing. Hit the switch and the light catches you, casting a halo in the dark. Looking like an angel, sent here to break my heart, to save my heart, to save my life. A golden, blue-eyed angel, my heart's awake with pain. I ache for your arms around me. You're everything I don't wanna need. You've been gone so long, the dreams have washed ashore. You've been gone so long. You've been gone so long that I don't leave the porch lights on anymore. Yeah, this was our home, but the deal ain't worth the paper it's printed on. This can't come as a surprise, 'cause after 20 years, one of us must have known. 'Cause there's nothing here worth fighting for, worth hoping for. There's nothing left to say. But that don't mean my heart ain't breaking when I tell you your love don't mean Thank you, everyone. That was Porch Lights. This is Peter Mitchell, Alyssa Barron, Long John, and Ted. Thank you so much.
You all come back more often. We'd like you to. We'd like to have you back here. Maybe we should do a night before 39 Days of July, like in the springtime we should do. Would you be into that too, Mitch? Nice new songs. Really enjoy those ones, guys. So now it's Steve. He's getting his guitar ready. He's going to be up. And then we're going to end off with Bradley and his frantic folk songs. Yeah, it's more like punk. Sorry for yelling at you. Like I didn't mean to be that abrupt when I said shut up.
That's all right. Next time.
I meant to be a sense of humor in there, but I didn't see it. Afterwards, I realized it wasn't there. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on just a minute.
That was our problem.
For Christmas this year, I didn't know what to get my family. I have 2 children on the island, 2 off the island, and various other people that are in the family. And I wanted to give them something special. And I'm a leather worker by trade, and I haven't been doing leather work for a long time. I get back to it every so often, and I've got a leather shop downstairs where I got projects that are 35 years old that aren't finished yet. But I'll get to them, and I look at leather and go, no, I got something planned for that piece. Well, it's been like 25 years for some of those pieces, and 30 years. But I had a piece of leather, and it was going to work, and it could have been used for something else. I said, no, I'm going to make a bunch of these up. And what happens is, you'll understand, you go to the wine bar, and you eat, and their food, especially their desserts, are so delicious that you want, like, there's that little residue always left on the plate that you want, like, that a fork or a spoon just doesn't get. You know, bread you can use for some of the other sauces, but when it comes to desserts, you can't be using bread to grab that. And licking the plate is not cool in a restaurant. I caught a guy doing it at the East Indian restaurant over across in the old pool, and that was so funny because once he got busted, he just sort of looked over the plate and saw that I was looking at him, like, oops. But so anyway, what I did was I made these really nice little leather cases. They look like a little knife case, don't they? Except that they come with a baby spatula. Problem solved. Years I used to wear a toothbrush a little toothbrush holder, right? Because I figured that back in the younger days, in my 20s and 30s, that that a woman would be more off to take you home if she knew you brought your own toothbrush. It didn't work. But I got to wear it for a long time. And many a police officer or bartender, could you check that in? And I said, what, my toothbrush? Give me a break. Of course, I had a little razor blade at the end of it. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, the weird things you think of when you're doing it. Steve, I'm sure glad I saw you at breakfast this morning.
Oh, great, John. Great.
Hey, it's Tuesday. Steve, what are you doing? Open mic tonight. Sure enough, Steve said, that's right. We're in the new year. Let's get back at her. So he's in the saddle again one more time. Steve, give it up for him, please.
Thanks. It's been a month or so since I've been here. I've been busy and didn't have time to practice. But, that's a Billy Strings tune. It's a prison song, love song, but not in that order.
chewed down to the bone. So many different ways I try to say I'm sorry, but goodness, 8 by 10 alone. Not the walls moving in that tortures me. It's not the cold cement that sends shivers down my spine. It's visions in my head that make me paranoid, wondering when I get out to be mine. I never should have treated you so bad, but love, I'm sorry. I'm broken now and see that now it's true. My picket fence is turning razor wire, now I'm waiting trial. Things you have to know did not do. If I could have a word with you, I'd be just fine. Or an envelope with both your name and mine would be enough. Keep me going in the world while I'm left known. Something more to live for just outside. Seems like the last time, feels like the first. Though I've had my bad days, it's got to be my worst. I'm left thinking of you, dear. Well, I'm waiting here. I haven't seen the sun, so they rested on your shoulder while we walked up Aiken Riverside. They carry me away to a place where I get older. If I cannot prove to them you never died. Seems like the last time, feels like the first. Though I've had my bad days, it's got to be my worst. I'm left thinking of you, dear. Well, I'm waiting here. Thank you. It's another Billy Strings tune. It's called Taking Water. Cold ash on the ground. Nothing's lost, nothing's found. Friends and loved ones falling down. Can't you hear that mournful sound? Nothing left but memories, things I still can't stand to see. Where my hometown used to be. This old boat's taking water, won't be long, it goes down. Heading up, push us over, time to turn this wheel around. Neighborhoods left in decay, people died and walked away. What were left for them to stay? We just looked the other way. This old boat's taking water, won't be long, it goes down. Heading up, push us over, turn this wheel around. pounding through the night. Lost without a ray of light. I'm down without a fight. We're still trying to make things right. This old boat's taking water. Won't be long. It goes down. Heading up, push us over. Time to turn this wheel around. This old boat's taking water. Won't be long. It goes down. Heading up, push us over. Time to turn this wheel around. Thank you.
Anybody ever tell you you sound like Guy Clark?
Oh, I love Guy Clark. Thanks.
What you remind me of?
The other guitar player he had has with him there. Forget the guy's name. Good bunch, eh? Song was done by Mary McCaslin. She was a big country hit in 78 to 85. And Stan Rogers got the song off her. And of course, you know what Stan Rogers did with it, right? Sun's rising high, burning into the day. I'll say goodbye, I'll be going away. Brush away my doubts, what tomorrow will hold. Feeling fine for now, going down the road to a city to sing about the trees in the wind, the hills in the spring, and the rivers that bend, and the rocky deep pass, and the poppies and ponies running through the grass, up and down the road. Do 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 do. Do 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 in the dark they sit and they holler for more. White smoke in a wisp from here to the door. Their admission they paid, the stories are told of a clear new day looking down the road. Heavy rain on my back, lazy meadows ahead, and what book I keep track of the promises said. They paid my stories they told of a clear new day
Sun is rising high, burning into the day. I will say goodbye. I'll be going away. Brush away my doubts of tomorrow will hold. Feeling fine for now, going down the road. Feeling fine for now, going down the road. Thank you.
Bradley?
All right.
You both ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Thanks, Steve. And that guy Clark? I got a chance to hang out with Guy Clark over in Salt Spring after a show. What a great show. What a great songwriter. What a great singer of his songs. James Keelahan's coming. Just like Stan Rogers of that same ilk. You'll learn an awful lot when you listen to James's music. Did I say no one's like Stan Rogers?
No one's just like.
Well, Garnet tries to be. Oh well.
Don't get me started.
Please don't get me started. And a guy, there's a young guy. I keep on calling him young because he performed here years ago with Heart Dog Brown. Shut up. Brandon Isaac. He's new to the island. He lives in Duncan now, which is pretty cool. He's a blues player, and he just seems young. Like he seems like he's in his 30s, but he's actually in his early 50s. And he's a great player, and highly recommended. And he's going to be here January 27th if you get the opportunity to be here. The night before Farron. He is the real deal. He's got it all together. There's something about him that turns out he's a great sculptor too. Have you seen some of the stuff? Yeah. And Carver, wow, man, he does some pretty amazing stuff. Yeah. Hey, in Facebook, I saw this recently, and it made a whole bunch of sense, you know. I forgot all about the fact that the Earth is like, what, 70% covered by water, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
About 70%? And you know what? Virtually none of that is carbonated. So that, in fact, makes the Earth flat. You know, I sent it to Marty Jones. He loved it. It's got him on he went on a rant for about 15 minutes. No, Marty, I was joking. It's a joke. He, you know, the guy flies across the country and he still thinks there's a flat place, right? Oh yeah, he might be watching. Love you, Marty. But I question some of the things. And sure enough, that young kid was back out today. Here it is, the beginning of the new year. I couldn't believe it. Up and down the street panhandling, telling everybody he was addicted to brake fluid. Couldn't believe it. But I had a chance to chat him up. He says he can stop whenever he wants.
Where's your trombone now, Bradley?
That's a Reader's Digest joke, you know that? Same as the one about don't buy secondhand shoes. I made the mistake of wearing them for a couple of weeks until I realized that the guy who had owned them before me had been a drug dealer. See, I don't know what he laced them with, but I kept on tripping. isn't it? It's all in Reader's
Did you
Digest.
hear about that that heavy metal singer with the missing eye?
No.
You know, he called his band Death Perception.
All right, then it's my turn. Did you hear about the constipated accountant? He couldn't budget, so he had to work it out with a pencil.
I have resembled that remark. Hey, this is the last show of the evening. It's by none the least, the least of. It's same style of songs.
Same style of songs. A couple of them are kind of short.
So what you do 4?
Yep.
Okay. Just because you understand.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I can do that in less time than a lot of people do 3. So.
Yeah.
You see, it's about the beats per minute, right? They're shorter songs, but they're a lot quicker beats per minute, so it's really the same amount of material, just compressed. It's more efficient.
Oh, the
It's more
life of a
efficient.
songwriter,
I'm
eh?
concerned about your guys' free time.
Frantic folk, I call it. Give it up for him, please. Bradley.
Hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? I said, how are you guys doing tonight? That's right, that's right. My name is Bradley Bones, and this is Destroy the Evidence. And yeah, the first song is called Can't Break Me. And here it is. It's called Can't Break Me. Can't break me 'cause I've already been broken so many times. I'm 1/3 super duper glue. Can't tie me down 'cause I can take the heat. So much bullshit that I've already been through. You can't tie me down 'cause I'm an escape artist. Yeah, I know the knots, even the hardest. I've been on the run half my life. Got my battles with my brain better than your knife. So don't be alarmed and don't try to harm me, 'cause one day, baby, you'll see that I'm a progressive guy, and I just don't have the time to cater to little old thee. The abusers and the losers, layers and snobs. My life is my career, and be clear, I'm doing a great fucking job of being me, and business is good. This next one's called Okanagan Spirit. It's about falling in love and then going cherry picking in the Okanagan. And this one's for Army. And yeah, I'm still down with the sickness. She knows what it means. Here we go. So here I am, picking cherries in the sun, and as if I'm picking away at my worries one by one, and I know that tonight everything will be alright, cause I got the Okanagan Spirit with me tonight. Where the lungs are heavy and the sun is hot, and the spider mine's bite and the pests I run. Don't fall too loud or you can break your neck, and every 2 minutes you'll hear a say tabernacle. There ain't no law to ring, there ain't no road to travel. We went down open highways, went down roads of gravel. So here I am, picking cherries in the sun, and as if I'm picking away my worries one by one, and I know that tonight everything will be alright, cause I got the Okanagan Spirit with me tonight. Peachland, Oakland, Summerland, and all over all of the got house by the parks part and had to call cups up. So much happened, it was still a bit of a blur, but it was still the best song of my life, and it only does because of her. Oh, na 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 so here I am, picking cherries in the sun, and as if I'm picking away my worries one by one, and I know that tonight everything will be alright, cause I got the Okanagan Spirit with me tonight. Whoa, na 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 Thank you. Oh, wish my voice wasn't totally betraying me today, but that's okay. You guys didn't notice. All right, 2 more short ones. I'll do. This one's called Secret Dumb. It's about people who think that they're smart and act like they're smart, but when you get to know them, they're maybe not so smart. Anybody know somebody like this? Maybe you do. Maybe it's me. Anyway, Secret Dumb. There it is. All right, here we go. Secret Dumb. Know this girl's got a PhD. Oh boy, did she for me. Don't know what she's become. Never know she's a secret dumb. Secret dumb. She's a secret dumb. Secret dumb, now she's a secret dumb. Know this guy's always wearing a suit. Got some kind of attitude. Got his nose up in the air. But I met him, now I swear. Secret dumb, he's a secret dumb. Secret dumb, now he's a secret dumb. He's a secret dumb. So this guy on TV, sitting there, talking at me. Don't know where the sanity went. This guy was a president. Secret dumb, he's a secret dumb. Elected by secret dumb, bunch of secret dumbs. Dum 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 dum. Bunch of secret dumbs. Going on now, what's the use? It's time to tell the truth. Don't know what I have done. Hope I'm not a secret dumb. Secret dumb, am I a secret dumb? Secret dumb, don't worry, be a dum 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 dum
Thank you very much. Sometimes in life, you can't control what's happening in the world outside around you. So, if you're frustrated, you can write a song about it. I wrote this song called Release Romp, and it is in fact a dance move. So if you are frustrated, instead of getting mad at somebody or doing something negative or bad, just take it out on the dance floor, man. You'll feel a lot better afterwards. That's what I do. It works. Doctors should prescribe it. All right, this is called Release Romp.
Troubles and stuff them in a bag. You release your brain and try not to let it lag. You control your thoughts and therefore destiny. My body, it may be contained, but my mind and spirit are free. Just follow the word is in your heart and they can never take you apart. It's just a release romp, it's just a release romp. It's just a shake and twist and then a stop. Take all your troubles out on the dance floor when you just feel that you cannot take it anymore. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, motherfuckers! Control your life. Could be somebody you think you know, offering advice. No, don't be fake about what you wanna do. Be who you're meant to be. Yeah, the future's up to you. There'll always be someone trying to take it down, so just shake them off and let's rock this town. Yeah. It's just a release romp. It's just a release romp. It's just a shake and twist and then a stop. Take out your troubles out on the dance floor when you just feel that you cannot take it anymore. Taking part so they can never take you apart. It's just a release romp. It's just a release romp. It's just a shake and twist and then a stop. Take your troubles out on the dance floor when you just feel that you cannot take it anymore. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, motherfuckers!
Thank you very much. Have a nice, quiet evening.
Real good family-orientated, frantic folk. Well, folk music, as Woody Guthrie used to say, folk music was music written by the folks for the folks, right? And one of the things we've discovered here at the showroom over the years, the 20-some-odd years, and before that, was that every genre has its own tribe. Like there's various tribes of people out there. And when we have the heavy metal, like they're the nicest people in the world. They just dress a lot differently than everybody else. And the goth or anybody else, and the punkers. Inside of their community, it's a tribe, and they all care for each other, and they all, even with hip hop, it's quite amazing the brotherhood that's there. Yet they're saying fucking and grabbing their crotch all the time. I don't get that.
They just gotta make sure they know where it is at all times.
You know. No, it's funny because I was just remembering tonight that one of the young guys in town, they do a lot of hip hop shows, and they want to know if they can be a part of the 39 Days of July. And I said, well, like, I'd like to, but there's just, you know, where? Where could you do it where the audience, you're not going to upset a lot of the audience? But, you know, controversy is okay. It helps you, it helps for discussion. That's why we got this new idea which we're working on, just so I can throw it out to you. It's murals that can be sold, right? So what we do is, there's a lot of graffiti in town. Wherever there's art, there's no graffiti. The one over by the school, that big long building there, none of that stuff has been tagged. None of the stuff in the alleyways, anywhere where there's art, it doesn't get tagged. Near it does, but not. There's one picture missing out here in the alleyway, and behind it where it would have been, it's been tagged because there's no art there. So if we were to come up with an idea for the Festival Society to put murals up, which are up for 4 months, secured to the sides of walls, like at Buc-ee's, where you can still see, even though you can't see the actual tag, you can see it because the painting over job wasn't done really well. So it's costly for them to do that as an owner, so why not just put art up instead that's for sale, so that every 4 months it gets taken down, and that can then take away some of the concept of controversy, because for 4 months it can be a controversial piece, but it's going to go away, you know? And that way we'd be known as a town of free speech, or more free speech, or not really free speech. Damn. Damn. I have a t-shirt that says, be yourself unless you suck. You know, sometimes being yourself, you know, if you don't follow certain social rules, it sucks. Like our poetry fridge out front used to have the magnetic things that, you know, everyone has them under at home, right? So we had a whole bunch of them, and at certain times they've all gone missing, and then within 2 days someone would replace them with a whole bunch of new words, and it was great. And I would watch families, all different ages, come along and change it and make little poems all the time, and it was really quite cool. And then a kid tagged a little bit, and then another one tagged it. So finally, after about 3 tags, I wrote a little thing at the top that says, this is unfortunate that we're going to have to get rid of our magnets because you guys have come along and decided to start tagging, and you know, you've taken away a venue or a place for people to do this. It has now been taken away from them because you've decided to tag. But now there's all sorts of tags on there. It made me think, well, why don't we have a tag board and include those people so they have a place to do it instead of telling them they're assholes every time they do it. You told them, you asshole all the time, I'm going to be an asshole. You know, that's just the way life is. So if we did include them, and that's how the 39 Days of July started, by the way, was that we went into the park, because you couldn't go into the park during the day. It was held up by winos and a whole group of misfits that, as soon as you drove into Duncan, there they were at the corner, and they would just carouse all around. They tried putting Zamfir on the sound system, but that didn't bother them because they never listened to it anyway. They were too loaded. So we went in and asked them to be a part of what we were doing. And through inclusion, we were able to take the park back, but make the park more open to more of the community as a whole by inclusion as opposed to exclusion, right? And that's one of the things we try and push with the 39 Days of July. And with all the things that we do here at the showroom, that inclusion is much better than exclusion. Keep that in your mind as you walk about. And next time you see someone who looks like they need a smile, give it to them. You'll help them out. Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for all the people who performed tonight. It was really cool. All the way through. It was a great night. Thank you, Dr. Ted Cadillac, once again, for doing all that you do. Good night, everybody. Enjoy.
slip by so fast upon the wind. And though you're in my dreams, well, I have been there times before. I hurt on the journey we don't know, rolling along the corridors, reflecting our lost souls. I hurt on the valley looking down, past and future calling out on this journey I have found. New friends and loves that will remain on. Empty out my pockets, ripped our memories in the wind. I feel I'm going sideways. I feel I'm going too fast. All the sky could